half of millennials have left a job now because of burnout. That's according to a new Deloitte survey. And the survey actually went even further, saying that 84% of all millennials who took part in this survey have experienced exhaustion at work, with longer hours and more stress than previous generations faced. But the warning signs go even further, because the same survey showed that Gen Z, so obviously the next generation that's coming up in the workforce right now, is actually starting to show some very similar signs to millennials in regards to burnout, exhaustion, and everything like that. And only 6% of Gen Zs at the moment want to go into some sort of leadership position. And I do think this sort of stuff is really important, because I know it's easy just to dismiss it and say, oh, it's just people being wet, and they just need to kind of pull their sleeves up and get cracking, and back in my day, yada yada. And like, I do understand why there's a temptation to just say that, but the numbers are just kind of too high. And I think the main problem is that hard work just doesn't get you as far down the road as perhaps it once was. And I think as soon as you take out the reward element for hard work, it does become increasingly hard to motivate yourself, and that makes you more susceptible to things like exhaustion and to things like burnout. And the reality is, for things like trying to buy a house and so many other sort of basic sort of bits that most people at the start of their careers thought would kind of be a given, are just kind of becoming more and more unattainable, or certainly feeling like that. And when you have so many people feeling like that, you can kind of see how exhaustion and burnout really starts to kind of slip through the cracks. So I do think these sort of surveys are important. I think they're really important you don't just dismiss them because the numbers are too high. And even if you don't agree with it, they're absolutely going to be impacting your place of work, your business, and things like that. So I think we kind of have to take the learnings on board. But as ever, want to hear from you in the comments.